What's going on, guys? Bryce Crispy94 here, bringing you another Icons of the Realms. We are not doing an Icons of the Realms opening. We have Critical Role miniatures again. This is the Monsters of Wildemount set 1. So we did Factions of Wildemount a couple weeks ago. Did kind of a whole Critical Role themed week. We had a Critical Role miniature painting video, Critical Role opening, and we're doing the same thing here. So I hope the mic is sounding better. I know there's been some not really complaints, but just some of you have let me know that the mic is a little quiet in some of the recent videos, and I went through and listened, and I messed with the settings. Probably still be able to hear the air conditioner running because it's really hot. If you can't tell, I'm like sweating, and it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm sweating. So yeah, been super humid recently, unfortunately. But hey, Indiana weather. My hair is like melting even. But enough of that. I also moved the placement of the mic. Someone suggested that because I had it up here, and I do a lot of downward talking. Excuse me. So up there, probably not the best. So I moved it over here. Looking right at it. I'm closer to it. Hopefully that helps. Unfortunately, the new stand and stuff didn't come until after the mini painting video was up. So one more mini video of quiet Bryce, and hopefully going forward loud Bryce. But enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and check out these guys. Here they all are in the box. Now I know what a few of these monsters are, and I am completely new to a lot of them. One thing I do love about Critical Role's monsters, they're very brightly colored. Yes, not covered. I mean, they are covered in bright paint, but they are brightly colored. So this is a really cool set. I actually got this from Critical Role's website. They had a sale on miniatures. I don't remember if it was just this set or not. Hopefully that crackling is not super loud now that, you know, mic is right there. I bet it will be, so I apologize in advance for that. Okay, here they all are in their glory, and we'll just go front to back. I might have to get some snips to get some of those back pieces out. So we're going to start with this weird kitty cat thing. Maybe it's a wolf. I don't know, it's got an eyeball for a tail. It is... I really miss the black plastic, because I cannot read... I can't read that, honestly. Aeorian Absorber. So yeah, this is definitely one that I am not familiar with. But this is definitely one of the ones I was talking about. It's wonderfully bright colors. That eyeball's super creepy. I'm assuming this is something either in Campaign 2 or in Explorer's Guide to Wildemount. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to pause the video real quick. I'm going to grab Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, and so that way I can talk about the creatures if they are in the book. And yeah, so be right back. Be a second for you guys, a few minutes for me. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the Aeorian Absorber. This is actually going to be the first of the Aeorian creatures that we encounter in this box, it looks like. So, let me read this little excerpt here from Guide to Wildemount. So, brought to life by the mages in the flying city of Aeor. I don't know if I'm saying Ior, maybe. It might be Ior. During the Age of Arcanum, Iorian hunters were created to take on angels, demons, devils, fae, and the gods themselves. When Aeor crashed into Isocross, many of these magically mutated monstrosities survived, and now stalk the Aeor ruins and the island's icy wastes. So that's all I will say. So this is the Aeorian Absorber, which appears to be, yes, a feline. It says feline canine. Wait, does it say feline or canine? Canine or feline quadruped. Okay. But yeah, very cool monster. I love the colors on it. Actually, would not mind painting my own if they have an unpainted version. I love the eyeball. Alright, so next, I believe this is a correspond. I am slightly more familiar with the correspond. Wow, these are kind of in there. There we are. So yeah, I believe this is just a correspond. It is a correspond crawler. So let's go ahead. Set that off to the side there. Let me look up the correspond as well. So the correspond. The Elder Evils assault the multiverse in strange, calamitous ways. Sometimes they breach the material plane by exploiting the unfathomable energy and darkness found in the world's depth. These terrestrial manifestations of loathsome alien agendas are known as corresponds, and they are varied in their physiology as they are horrific. So yeah, these are the corresponds. This is a correspond crawler. There's correspond emissary, and then whatever the flying one is, I can't think of it. So I am aware of these, though I never actually made it that far in Campaign 2. But because of having Exandria, I am aware of those. Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, not Exandria. I actually do have Teldaria Reborn as well, but... So yeah, very cool, very gross alien-like creatures. Kind of give me face crawler vibes from the actual Alien series. If you guys know what I'm talking about with the... type deal. So super cool. Next, I'm going to need some snips. So I was like, I know I have them because I made sure to grab them while I was getting the book and all that other stuff. I don't want to actually damage the figure. I don't know why they needed the snips. Oh! Don't want to damage the figure. Well. This is a... Oh, maybe that is a correspond emissary. This is a correspond seer. There's the correspond seer's base. It looks like it just kind of glues on, so I can fix that pretty easily. This one is slightly more terrifying to me than the facehugger one. And that's because you would look at this thing and you're like, oh, it's bipedal. And then you see it's 8 legs, so arachnid. Even though it's got 9 limbs, technically. Or 10 limbs. But still, I hate it because it reminds me more of a spider because it's got the 8 legs. It's a spell-casting spider. Yep. So I will put it over here. I'll set its base over there. That's unfortunate. I guess those twisty ties, so let me twisty tie them out, I guess. This is the correspond emissary. I was getting it confused with the seer. These are my favorite because they remind me of Scyther. I mean, these are just like alien Scythers in Dungeons and Dragons. And thank you, Matt Mercer, for creating a horrifying Pokemon variant to sick on my players. Very cool. I have maybe crawl. I have some unpainted versions of these to paint, so that'll be fun, and I'll do like a little comparison when we do get to those. But yeah, very cool little like crazy wasp thing. And then the second, or the last one in the row, this is a husk zombie, which are a specialized variant of zombie that Matt and some other people in the book came up with. I won't go into too much detail on them, mostly because I forgot what page number they were on, and I don't feel like looking it up, because they are just kind of like zombies with large hands, and they do some other cool stuff, so check that out. Yeah, good to have one of these. It'd be definitely fun to throw one of those into the mix of regular zombies. There's a gnat flying around me, and I don't know why or how, but I hate it so much. I'm just so confused about the setup of this box. So, here we have a Shadow Ghast, which, again, it is like a ghast, but, you know, Matt Mercified. Mercified? Yeah, I like that. It is a ghast that is Mercified. The figure is amazing. I love that dark blue paint that they used. And then the way they did the smoke is just fantastic as well. It gives me Venom vibes with the tongue and the hands. like that old school classic comic Venom where he was black but he had the heavy blue like highlights. Yes, that is the what I am getting from this figure, and I love it. I am here for it. So then I think this guy does not require me to cut it out. This is another one of the Iorians. This is the Nullifier. Let me flip to them real quick so I can just read you a little bit about this one. So the Nullifiers are the bane of all magic users, with their physical forms and innate power shaped specifically to resist and cancel magical effects. So you got some sorcerers or warlocks or any sort of mage that is kind of screwing your encounters over. Just be like, oh, here you go. Here's this giant snake man with a bunch of mouths. Yeah, he eats your magic for breakfast. Now what are you going to do? And then they have to run and hide. But yeah, any sort of caster, not going to like this creature. Very cool. Almost kind of reminds me of Banana, and I don't know why. It's just the color. But definitely, like, if I showed you just this, you'd be like, oh, that's a snake. And then Snake Man's. I almost would prefer if it didn't have all the mouths. But I also understand it because it is like this monstrosity. You know, just like this thing. It seems normal. And you're like, what's that in its tail? And oh, that's an eyeball. My God. So yeah. Mercer Creations. Okay, let me see if I can untwist these easily. No, it's going to be easier to cut it. I'm looking at it right now and just going, nope, cutting. Okay, now this guy is a Nerngalid, which I know nothing about. It looks like a giant frog. It basically looks like a slad that ate all of its slad brothers. So let me flip to it real quick. I think I saw it in this one. Yes. AKA the Devil Toad. Corrupt, scaled, and utterly repulsive, these vicious devils stalk the dark edges of society away from prying eyes. Large fiend, evil. It says lawful evil, so they must be kind of intelligent. They're strong. But yeah, super cool. I mean, they're a frog devil. And I don't know what spell effect. It almost looks like it's a fireball that is like gonna launch. But I'm not sure. Very cool. Do they have fireball? Tongue lash, siphon life. Doesn't say they have fireball, so it might not be fireball. Super cool. It almost looks like it has like markings, but I think that's, you know, just it. I wouldn't want to mess with one. I want to make players fight one, and now I can. And then our last creature from this set, if I can find my snips here, is the final Aeorian. And it is the Aeorian Reverser. And I mean, this looks like a werewolf on steroids. This is literally a hulked out werewolf. The color scheme. It is Hulk. Yep, this is Werewolf Hulk. That's all I'm saying. This is what Hulk would look like if he were a werewolf and or a watermelon, because it kind of looks like a watermelon. This almost looks like it should have purple pants on. But I'd hate that, so I'm glad it doesn't. But the sculpt kind of makes it look like it's wearing some green underwear. Very cool figure. I like that its hands get even darker. I don't like that its back looks like a watermelon to me. But hey, each his own. Okay, so least favorite. Gonna be the Husk Zombie. Only because it's just... It's a Husk Zombie. There's nothing that, like, crazy about it. Nah. Husk Zombie. Next, I'm going to give it to the Seer, because I just hate it. Mercer did a great job of making me hate it, so props to him, but I hate it. Next up, I'm actually going to give it to the Snake Man. I like the nullifier. I like what it does. The mouths kind of ruin it for me. I get it. I get why it's got the mouths. I understand. But if it was just like kind of a snake man, I think that would have been kind of cooler. Kind of like a Yun-Ti. And I mean, maybe it is evolved from the Yun-Ti. Maybe I need to read a little more. And that actually might make me like it more. Next, I'm going to give it to the Facehugger, aka the Crawler. No hate to it. It's just, side creature. I think I'm going to give it to Hulked Out Werewolf. So the Reverser, only because it's getting tough, because I really like these creatures that are left. And if its back didn't look like a watermelon, it probably would have scored higher with me. Next, we're going to go, I think, with the Shadow Ghast. Because, like the Husk Zombie, it is just Mercified Ghast. But it is so well designed, in my opinion. Like, the actual, shadow coming off of it. The miniature is just wonderful. I love it, and I want to find one so I can paint one. Next, we have... I think I'm going to give it to the Devil Toad. It's really tough between these final three. I like frogs. If it was a Devil Turtle, it would be number one. You guys know turtles are my favorite. But because it's a toad, it just loses out by a shell. But it is a beautifully designed miniature, and one of the standouts, definitely, in this box set. In second place, I have to... I hate that I'm doing it, but I have to give it to the Emissary. I love this thing. It is, Alien Scyther Beedrill mix. It is a thing out of my nightmares. Matt Mercer is wonderful at designing crap like this. So then, yep. The Absorber actually is going to take number one. And it's just because I love that color scheme. Like I said, you don't see a lot of those vibrant colors on a lot of monsters unless, they're like dragons. Or, I don't know. Yeah. I don't see any more in there. It's just that orange and that blue is fantastic. It is a cat-wolf hybrid thing with an eyeball tail. I don't know what else to say about it, but I love it. It kind of matches my shirt. Like, look at that. So, perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope the mic placement is much better and you guys are able to understand me and hear me without cranking your headphones up to 100. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you aren't already. It really helps me out, helps me want to make more of these because I know you guys are watching them, you like my channel, you like my content. So yeah, just do that. Doesn't cost you a dime, helps us both. So that's all I have for you. Critical Role mini painting video coming Wednesday, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.